I thought I'd do a video today of the way my phone is set up with the accessibility features for iOS. Alright, so let's unlock my phone. So right now I have defaulted my phone. There's none of the settings that I normally have are set up. So as you can see here, font's quite small and the background is a picture, which usually I have a black background, and I'll show you how I change that. So first, let's go into the accessibility of our phone. So if we go to General, I'm going to go back here. So if we go to General, and then we go to Accessibility. So the first thing that I usually do is under Voiceover, because I don't use Voiceover by default. I only use it when I'm having like a bad vision day, or just too lazy to read a long document, TLDR. So what I usually do is I will increase my voiceover speed to about 75%. So what I do next is under speech, I will enable Speakscreen. And what Speakscreen allows you to do is basically you can take two fingers and swipe down from the top of your screen, and it will read whatever content's on your screen. So if you're someone who doesn't want to use voiceover all the time, like if you have low vision, or even sighted people can use this. So basically you can enable the speak screen, which I can't speak at the moment, and with that you just swipe down two fingers from the top and it will read whatever's on your screen. And you can even leave that screen that you're on and it will continue to read whatever the contents it copied to clipboard. That's basically what it's doing, is it's copying the information to clipboard and then reading it from clipboard. So the other thing I do in here is large type. I enable the large type, and I usually crank it all the ways up. So that, as you can see, it gets quite big. Let's go down a little bit. So we'll put it in between. I like right there. So usually after I enable the large text and make it bigger so I can see it a bit better, I like to do the bold text, which is right underneath that. So we just enable it, then it'll ask you, do you want to enable bold text? We'll say yes, so continue. And what it does is it basically reboots your applications here so that it can apply that bold text to all your applications. I do find that it's not quite system-wide, which I wish it would be, that when you enabled large fonts and bold text, that it just went right across every application. So let's go back into accessibility, and one of the other things I like to do is this button shapes. So as you can see in the upper left hand corner where it says general and it has that arrow, if we enable button shapes, you can see that it turns into kind of a gray button. See? On, or on, off, on, off. You can see the difference. Alright, and the last thing that I do in here is way down at the bottom, the accessible shortcuts. I enable voiceover, and I enable invert colors and grayscale. So those are the three that I use most frequently. I don't use the zoom that much. I don't find it as useful as the voiceover feature or the speak screen feature. Sometimes if there's a color contrast issue, I'll do the inverted colors, or if I find that a website has bright background, like a white background, then I'll do the inverted colors as well. So that's all I do under accessibility. And then after we do that, I go to display, and under your display, as well under display, you can do your text size and the bold text. So you have two places where you can do that. Either through accessibility, the text size would be the large font, or you can do it under text size or under displays and brightness, and you can change the text size in there, and as well as enable bold font. But in here we have view. So you have two views that you can do as your standard. So as you can see, there's a fair amount of space around the icons, and they could be a little bit larger. So what you can do under your view is you can enable zoom, which, as you can see, it kind of brings everything in, and we'll save that. And we'll say use zoom, and like with the fonts, it's going to enlarge things. So when we go to our home screen, as you can see, the icons appear bigger, there's less space around the icons, and that's what the zoom feature does. So the last thing that I do, is because I usually don't like the background and I prefer a dark background, I'll go into my wallpapers and I'll change the wallpaper, and I'll use the standard, and all I do is I go down and I choose black, and then I set both, and then forget it. So as you can see, there's not really much on my phone right now because, like I said, I did reset it. So I have to reinstall all my applications again, and which I did that just for you guys. So that's the settings that I use to make my phone more accessible for me. It may be different for you, but if you have any questions, by all means, leave a question down below. And if you'd like to see anything else for me to do, please let me know as well. Thanks. Bye.